I'm here in Marianna, Florida, on the main street. What street is this?
Lafayette Street.
Lafayette Street, with Mr. Dale Cox, author of The Battle of Marianna, and he's going to tell us about where we're standing.
Well, where we are standing is right in front of the Holden house, which was here at the time of the Battle of Marianna. And after the fighting broke out about a half of a block west of us at Ely Corner, the Union cavalry pushed the Confederate cavalry back to this point. And right here in front of the Holden house, the Confederates had pushed a couple of wagons in front of this house right out into the street. And this was intended to block a cavalry charge up the street. And so they left a gap in them for the Confederate cavalry to retreat through. The Confederate cavalry basically rampaged right through this point, right through those wagons, and then the militia, which was lining both sides of the street at this point, pushed the wagons closed quickly. The Union cavalry reached this point. The wagons are blocking their way down the street. Now, today we see a 4-lane street here. At that time, it was a very narrow country lane lined with fences and shrubs and trees. General Ashbrook at this time is leading the charge. He, according to eyewitnesses, leaps his horse over the wagons.
Wow.
He was quite a spectacular horseman, according to all descriptions of him. He and his chief of staff and some others literally go over these wagons. Others are not quite so daring, and the Union cavalry begins to bunch up until they can get somebody off their horses and move these wagons. The militia along each side of the street take that moment to open fire from both sides of the road. The heaviest number are on the north side of the street where we're standing. There's a smaller number in the front yard of the Holden house, which you see behind us. When that happens, just chaos breaks out in the Union ranks. According to the reports and the eyewitnesses, 29 members of the 2nd Maine Cavalry are shot down at this point of the Battle of Marianna. It's the largest single moment of sustaining casualties for that regiment during the entire Civil War. Asbrook himself is shot down here. He receives a wound that goes into his cheek and lodges up in his nasal cavity. He also has his left arm broken in 2 places. He's toppled from his horse. Other members of his staff go down as well. And chaos breaks out in the head of the 2nd Battalion of the 2nd Maine. However, it is not enough to stop the Union charge. The wagons are cleared away. Part of the cavalry regiment continues to pursue the Confederate cavalry up the street. The rest begins to slow down and deal with this militia that is here on each side of the road.